Hi, welcome back to Horn and Fin Outdoors. Thanks for checking out my video I'm going to make about the Moultrie NXT Hunter Programmable Feeder Kit. Here in Connecticut, I'm allowed to set up bait stations, so I have some feeders that I have across the property that I hunt, and they've worked pretty well over the years. Unfortunately, you have raccoons that get on them, squirrels that got on them, and they chew and they eat some of the things on the feeder. So this feeder that I have here, this is one of the Moultrie feeders I was using before. It used to have guards around the edge and you could see the chew marks on it. So the animals kind of get to these feeders and do some damage. Now this feeder has stopped working, so I needed a replacement. I usually have a couple backups, but I don't right now. So I removed this feeder, and one of the things I like about Moultrie is that they have these little tabs on the top. I can't remember what it's called, but it makes it really easy. It's just a twist and remove, twist and install. Makes it easy to pop the feeder off, pop a new feeder on, and get back into business. What I will do is I will take this feeder, clean it up a little bit, take it to work with me, do some diagnostics on it, figure out why it's not working. Usually the motor just goes bad in them. You can order a new motor off of Amazon for 15, 20 bucks. I'll pop a new motor in there and make sure it works, and then I'll have a spare, so if one quits again, I can change it real fast throughout the season. So I've been a fan of Moultrie products. So I bought this I bought this feeder to replace that one. So it seems like an updated version of the same one that I'm using, except this one has a electronic Varmint Guard on it, so I'm interested to see how that works. I haven't even opened this thing up yet, so let's get it open, let's get it set up, get it installed, see how it works. Okay, so as you can see, this feeder does have the twist lock feature, the same one that the other one has, and it came with this mount just in case you don't have one or you're mounting it to a different kind of feeder. You could screw this to the bottom and you're set up right away with a twist lock mount. So I won't need this, but I'll save it in case I set up another feeder. This one is also like the one I had before. There's a screw on the bottom, and this cover comes off to access the panel. Right away I see some things that are a little bit different. Alright, well, let me get everything unpacked here. It's one of the first things that I noticed. Oh, these are the tabs also to mount that twist lock adapter. One of the first things I noticed is that this feeder, the controls come out of it, which is interesting. I don't think I'd need to use that, but kind of nice. There's also an on and off switch on the back, which is kind of neat. The other one didn't have that. And it has, just like the other one does, it's got some directions on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to install my, my battery that I have, and I'm going to set it up a little bit and test it out. So let's see what happens. Okay, so right off the bat I did notice something that I was wrong about in the beginning. There is not an on and off switch on here. This is the safety switch for the little shocker that's on here to shock the varmints off it. So it tells you right on the little label here, which I didn't read in the beginning, switch it to off whenever you're doing any maintenance, turn it back on when you install the feeder. So I hooked up my 12-volt battery to this. Of course, pretty simple, but I'm going to say it anyways. The red lead goes to the positive side, the black lead goes to the negative. This battery I purchased in 2019, it's still going strong. One of the things I like to do is to write the date I purchased the battery on it, so I know how long they are, or how long I've had them, how long they last. And the feeder menu on this looks exactly the same as the one I had before. So I'm going to go through the settings. I'm going to, first of all, set the times. Set the time of day. This feeder is very simple to use. It only has 3 buttons. There's a set button which cycles through the menus, and there's an up and down button to adjust everything. That's all you need. That's all it took. It's set up and ready to go already. I'm going to test it while I got it in my hand, and in order to test these fittings, or these feeders, you get it to the spot where you adjust how many seconds the feeder feeds for, and then hold the set button down. So I'm going to hold the set button. It gives you a 5-second countdown timer, and then that should turn on. There we go. Works like a charm. All I've got to do now is hook it up to the feeder, fill my feeder with the feed I'm going to be broadcasting out of it, put the covers on it, and I think I'm ready to go. So let's get it hooked up, set up, and I'll take some videos of this thing in action. Well, you see how easy that was to install. Twist, pull the old one off, put the new one on, twist and click it in place. That's all it takes. Pretty simple. Let's get this thing loaded up with corn, get it fired up, and see how it works.
So in my feeders, I use a mixture of whole corn and also this pelletized sweet deer feed. The sweet feed works great for attracting the deer. However, if you load it straight into the feeder, it'll clump up because it's moist from the molasses and stuff that's in it. So I mix it with the corn and it helps it feed a little bit better.
Okay, I got the hopper full. I got the feeder mounted and ready to go. It's programmed. All I got to do now is test it out. Before I test it out though, do me a favor. Go down the bottom of the screen, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. That way you'll be able to check out more videos when they come out. Here we go. Hit the set button a couple times. It gives you a countdown, gives you a chance to get out of the way. There's a 5-second countdown. I'm getting out of the way. There it is. Easy peasy, right? That thing is slinging corn probably about in a 10-foot circle, 10 feet each way, so it'll be a 20-foot circle. Nice fresh battery on it, brand new unit. It's working great. It's easy to use, just like the other Moultrie feeders that I have, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how long it lasts in the woods. I like the idea of this removable control, so you can easily program it rather than leaning down and looking. I also like the idea of this Varmint Guard, and the way this Varmint Guard works is once it's turned on in the back, when these two pieces of metal touch each other, it activates it, and then the next time they touch each other, it sends out a shock. That way you don't accidentally bump into it and shock yourself. Maybe after I finish setting up my trail cameras, I'll have some videos of some squirrels getting shot. But for now, it's all set up and ready to go. If you want to check out the video of the trail cameras that I'm using, just look for the link up top. That'll send you to check out the Link Micro and also the Bushnell Impulse trail cameras that I use. This is ready to go. I'm all set. The season starts in 2 weeks. I'm getting ready. I got to start practicing with my bow. But the feeders are set. The cameras will be set up. Time to start looking for some pictures. And as always, thanks for joining me in Tight Lines and Short Blood Trails.